It's my third time trying to do this video, so it's gonna be all over the place. The first one was just kind of me rambling, just like a whole bunch of thoughts. I'm gonna try and narrow it down the best that I can. This is kind of like a Serato versus djaypro from a beginner's perspective. For maybe about the last 3 or 4 weeks, since I picked up my DJ controller, I've been really just kind of doing a lot of practicing, couple of hours every single day, digging into the software of Serato. But that was Serato Lite. Now, I happened to come across djaypro, but I don't want to compare it to Serato Lite. I want to compare it to Serato Pro, because I said I want to get good at Serato Lite because I don't know what the Pro version is. In my mind, I thought that maybe the Pro version had like more like AI features or something, and you know, more automated stuff. And I was like, no, I want to get good at the bare basics before I just jump over to Pro. But the biggest thing that made me want to jump over to Pro is that I realized that I was mixing all wrong. Honestly, the only thing I was paying attention to was BPMs. I would do funky transitions to kind of bring different songs in. It wasn't necessarily in key. And I guess I can't say that I was mixing wrong, because I know if you're open format, you can do whatever you want as long as you make it sound dope here and there. But I noticed the difference between when I started mixing in key with similar BPMs, with 2 different tracks. I just noticed the difference, how much cleaner the mixes sounded. And I was like, oh, this is how you can, you know what I'm saying, like finagle and start to get better as a DJ. With that being said, I happened to come across this video of a guy talking about djaypro, and he made mention to how easy it was to like sync up tracks. And I know there's some people out there that's like, oh, we don't use the sync button or anything like that. I've heard people say certain things like that. I can see how it could be useful. Me personally, I don't want to sync a track with like a huge BPM difference. I'm more so like, if I want to make a smooth transition, it's like 1 or 2 BPMs off, then I'll use the sync version. Anyways, make a long story less long, I came across djaypro and I'm like, yo, this is dope, because it's syncing it the way that I wish that Serato would sync. And it's doing it without me having to like think about it. I can set my cue point, and then I can hit sync, and then I can hit play, and it automatically, like, I guess, quantizes and fills itself in the way that it should. That way I can spend more time doing something else than making sure that I'm, I guess, 100% precise. However, one of the things that made me do was say, you know what? Let me go back into Serato and let me figure out a way to get Serato to do the same thing that I'm getting djaypro to do. And I figured out a way to kind of, you know, freak it and finesse it. I guess just kind of like to hit the play and the sync button at the same time. Now, a lot of these issues that I was having with djaypro could possibly be down to the controller that I have. I have the Numark Platinum FX, and I noticed that when I plugged it up, it just wasn't cooperating the same way. It seemed like when you plug up the Numark, before you even open up Serato, it just goes to like this little spinning display, like light show and all that stuff like that. In djaypro, I would plug it up and it just wouldn't stop doing that. I could hit play, I can load tracks, I can do all types of stuff, but it just wouldn't stop doing that. And I was like, well, this is no good, because the information that I need isn't showing up the way that I need to. So I said to myself, what if I open up Serato and then close it and then open up djaypro? It worked. And I was like, okay, cool, but is that really like, do I really want to find myself counting on this in a show? Absolutely not. Like when I'm in a you know, doing an actual set, I don't want to be sitting up there at the mercy, you know, to my board tripping. And with that being said, I kind of realized why Serato is almost an industry standard, because I haven't seen or heard of anybody having that problem, you know, with any controllers. Now I know that, you know, djaypro wasn't compatible with a whole bunch of controllers, and maybe they're fixing it, But the thing is this, like my controller showed up and everything in the DJ Pro software. I could literally open up the MIDI section and see it. But I was still having that problem. So I was like, well, I never had this problem with Serato, so let me go over there. Another issue that I was having with DJ Pro was the effects. It seemed like in Serato, like my hold and my echo effect, it seemed to be a little bit more apparent. It was just, it seemed like I had way more control. It was louder. I could manipulate it a little bit more. And it seemed just like DJ Pro is really good at beat matching. But when it comes to doing little personal effects that you want to do or manipulating the sounds in the way that you want to do, I think Serato is probably better because it gives you like just kind of more freedom. Like there's no I guess AI attached to it. There's no cruise control. There's no what's that called, lane keep, you know what I mean? So, you know, on one is, I compare it to like a car with like a lane keep or whatever. On one hand, you know, it's dope that it keeps you within the lines, but on the other hand, it's kind of like, yo, sometimes I need to be able to you know, hop outside of the lane and dip off real quick, you know what I mean, without the computer trying to tell me what it thinks that I need to be doing or correcting it for me. Another thing that I kind of noticed with DJ Pro was it seemed like, and I could be wrong, but it just seemed like it wasn't pumping out the sound the same way. It's something, it could have been something to do with my board. Maybe the board, the mixer, the controller wasn't you know, cooperating and sync with them. It didn't seem as if it was working 100% the right way. And then also a part of me was like, you know what? I think I just want to stick to Serato because I guess it would be kind of considered like the Pro Tools of the DJ world. I mean, the industry standard. I don't think there's anywhere that I can go, especially learning and coming across, you know, other DJs. I don't think there's anywhere that I can go that Serato isn't gonna be, you know, accepted. Versus me, you know, saying relying on DJ Pro. Something about Serato just feels a little bit more stable to me, and I guess probably because it is the industry standard. So a part of me was just like, you know what, let me stick to this. Now, with that being said, in conclusion, I figured out what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna sit up here and not use DJ Pro. I'm gonna keep it because I like the way that it goes through whatever streaming software that you have, and you can actively go and find suggested songs. I found music that I didn't even heard before. And a large part of that is because I'm new to DJing, so I'm not necessarily up on, you know, the new music or what's hot or what's, you know, what's currently out, what's popping, all types of stuff like that. And that's important when you're a DJ. So I'm kind of like, all right, well, I can still use this. I don't have to mix on it. I don't have to do a set on it, but I'm finding a lot of dope music that I never heard before. I happen to get a party that's coming up in the future, and I've got plenty of time to prepare for it. And they sent me a playlist, you know, full of a whole bunch of songs. And what I was able to do was just pretty much log into my Tidal account. That playlist pops up, and now I'm just dragging things into the mixer. And next thing you know, it's kind of like, hey, here goes a whole bunch of other songs that you could possibly match with this. And now I'm going through and I'm listening to them, and I'm just instantly adding them to my Tidal playlist. And just like that, obviously, you know, whatever you add to your Tidal playlist instantly pops up in your Serato because they're synced. So, you know, I think it's good in both of them. I don't want this just to be a video of me kind of like bashing DJ Pro. I'm really not, because I think that it's really good if I take the time to actually sit down and probably learn to manipulate it. But I think a large part of me wants to stick with Serato because, you know, it's the industry standard, and I just really want to get good at my craft too. I wanna the only two things that I really kind of want to rely on when it comes to you know, mixing and not all the time, but one of the biggest things that I kind of want to rely on is just the BPMs and the key. That's it. Those are the two things that I kind of want to pay attention to. And I've got the wheel with the, let's see, I've got the wheel right there on my phone. So, you know, it shows you, you know, what keys you can mix with one another. So that's kind of how I want to practice, getting familiar with knowing, okay, I can do this with this. And that's kind of like the only, I guess, guidelines that I want to keep for myself. I don't really, you know, I feel like this is the time in the beginning where you're learning everything, and I don't really want to necessarily like take a shortcut. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not, don't get it wrong. The thing I'm saying, like, you know, DJ Pro is kind of like cheating. You still have to be creative and know, like, okay, this song needs to go with this song. I need to play this. I need to do this. It's still so many things that you got to pay attention to that I'm noticing when DJs do a set. So it almost makes it easier. But at the end of the day, I was just kind of like, I think I want to stick to the industry standard. That way, once I'm good at my craft, I can go anywhere and, you know, just kind of like plug in and know what I'm doing and, you know, rock out. So I hope this video made a lot of sense. I really kind of just hopped on here with with no aim. I just kind of wanted to compare the two a little bit. Yeah, by no way, shape, or form is this me like bashing DJ Pro or anything like that. Like I said, I'm gonna keep it because I think it has better suggestions than me just going to title. And yeah, no, it gives me more control. I'm able to analyze a song, see what keys it is and stuff like that. So I think it's dope. So it definitely has use. But I think I'm gonna stick with Serato for now. So yeah, man, I hope this video helped. I didn't see too many videos out kind of comparing the two very much, which led me to another question of wondering is, do professional DJs frown on DJ Pro? Is it one of those things where it's kind of like, yo, this is the industry standard, like we sticking to this? I don't know. If you made it this far through the video, let me know if DJs kind of like frown on it. I'm so new to it to the point to where it's like whatever's available to me, it's just normal to me. Like there's not a time where I remember, you know, digging through crates or anything like that. Of course I know music from the past, but you know, there's not a time for me like searching and digging. So, you know, if DJ Pro is the equivalent of me digging through crates, and I think it makes it a little bit easier for me to find music that I ain't never heard before, especially, you know, what's hot and what's popping. So like I said, I hope that made some sense, guys. DJ Pro versus Serato. I think you can lose the two in tandem, and that's exactly what I intend on doing. So yeah, man. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you made it through this far. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. All right. Peace.